Well, good morning. It's Randytbird out here at Arizona, and wishing you a happy Sunday. It's a nice morning. It's about 6:30 in the morning. Still pretty hot out here, and yeah, you got to get out early, as always. Looking forward to the weather cooling off here a little bit pretty soon. Another couple weeks, no more than a month, really. But that'd be nice. And but you know what, I do like the early mornings, and I won't mind wearing a jacket to get out early. So I had some thoughts in my mind today. My theme for today is, what do you want to see from Harley Davidson? Now, to start that out, let's be realistic. You're not going to see rigid frames or Kickstarters coming back. For those dyed-in-the-wool iron cylinder people, you're just going to have to go with aftermarket. That's just the way it is. But in the new century, that is now 11 years or 21 years old, what are you expecting from Harley Davidson to do? I personally like the direction they've headed with the Pan America and the new Sportster S and the new motors, the water-cooled high output motors that they're building. As far as sporty bikes go, I hope that they build the Bronx concept bike. To me, that's a very cool bike. That's a bike that I would have. And Harley Davidson has dabbled in small bikes over the years, and they've never really stuck around much. The most recent thing being the street models. I don't know who styled those things, but yeah, that didn't work out too well. And it may be a decent little motor. I know they were not all that competitive in the American flat track scene. The Indians just ran all over them, and that's too bad. Maybe this new motor, they come up with a 750 version of that to compete. I imagine that would be, if they could keep the weight down, that would be good. But what are you looking for as far as maybe touring bikes? Maybe a version of that Pan America engine in a touring frame? I think that's probably more possible than not, being that you know, they got Indian made the Challenger, and whatever your opinion of that bike is, it is modern. And while Harley continues to sell baggers like sliced bread, the proverbial sliced bread, I think there's a faction out there that would like to see a more modern powertrain. Don't get me wrong, I love the M8 powertrain, but there's folks out there that maybe want something even more, you know, technologically advanced with the ride modes and all that tech stuff. I can see where those people would be coming from. Maybe a 15 to 1700 cc big bore version of that motor would be a good transcontinental tourer that would rival some of BMW's, and let's say it out loud, the Honda Goldwing. JP, that was for you. Yeah, you know, again, back to that motor, I think that would make a great little street fighter bike too, like the Bronx concept that I mentioned before, or maybe a Dyna styled bike with that hot rod motor in it. I think that would be awesome. I think Harley needs better brakes. That's what I'd like to see from their bikes, is better brakes. The new ones have those kind of brakes, but the old ones need to be the older designs need to be updated. The brakes on my Street Pop are only adequate, and that's it. They're just adequate. I think modern Brembo style brakes would be the thing that I would like to see. Another thing I'd like to see is suspension adjustability, compression, rebound dampening, at the minimum rebound dampening. I think Harley went a long way with the monoshock suspension, but the forks are still really conventional. I know they have that so-called bending valve technology, but Yeah, I think that they need full adjustability, or at least as an option. I had a 1996 Sportster 1200 Sport that had fully adjustable forks and shocks, and that suspension worked pretty well. And it wasn't any kind of real high-tech stuff. It was just your basic cartridge fork and nitrogen shocks. But I think that they could do a little bit better with that. I'd also like to see them build a bike that came standard with the like the Softail series with the fairing, a lot like some of the club style stuff that's out here, some of the stuff that I like. I think that that would sell. One thing I've noticed, I'm watching YouTube and reading magazines. Remember magazines? The East Coast style is a lot different than the West Coast. And the Midwest is somewhat different too, but it's really radically different between the West Coast and the East Coast. You see a lot of baggers, a lot of tricked out baggers back east, and you see them here too, but more so back east. You don't see a lot of club styled either Dynas or Softails back east, not like you do out here in the West. I believe it was Matt Laidlaw, I think he may have coined the phrase called coastal style, and I think that's a pretty good name for it. But you know, when you have that stuff, as a recent video I just did comparing two fairings, you need a little wind protection. In my opinion, you know, you can ride a naked bike if you want, and I did so for many years. And but you know, it's nice to have that. It's less fatiguing, but and it's quieter too. Now on the aftermarket side, I know Harley is limited as far as exhaust systems go, so if you want something that sounds really decent and works really well, you're probably gonna have to go to aftermarket. They're got their hands tied by the EPA, and while the older Screaming Eagle stuff used to be really good and their tuners were decent, now they're so handcuffed by the Environmental Protection Agency that they really can't do anything. I know they got sued a few years back. That wasn't good. And shops won't touch that stuff anymore. So Vance & Hines makes good stuff. There's other people out there that make good stuff. I haven't tried. I have used Vance & Hines stuff on my Dynas and liked it a lot. And the Fuel Pack 3 was an awesome setup. Easy to use. And again, on accessories, I know Harley comes out with different stuff relatively often. They keep coming up with some new ideas, and sometimes they just copy the aftermarket, which is, you know, hats off to the garage builder out there that's basically setting the tone. And Harley makes a, I'll call it almost like a sanitized version of it, if you want to call it what it is. But I like the Harley stuff, the Harley accessories, because they fit. They fit, the finish is good. A lot of people don't know the Harley warranties their accessories for a year. You know, so I you know, go to Drag Specialties or and a lot of that imported crap. You know, I've had that stuff over the years, and let's just call it, you know, I don't want to bag on Drag Specialties, they fill the niche out there, but some of the stuff that comes from China is just a lot of crap. It doesn't fit right. You have to file, you have to grind, you have to modify things to make them fit like they used to. The Harley stuff works, and they will back it. So, and again, I don't get paid by Harley Davidson. All I do is pay Harley Davidson. So I actually, the only sponsor I do have on my channel is a buddy of mine that has a great tattoo shop and is a great artist. He's designed my my channel logo, and that's Wookie. And there's no financial arrangement there. He doesn't pay me either. Just we kind of advertise each other, and that works good. But anyway, give me your thoughts on what you think Harley should be doing. I know everybody's got ideas, and I'd be happy to hear them, and you could discuss it, and maybe this will be something that generates a lot of comments. I'd appreciate that. This is Randytbird out here in Arizona on the outer leg of my ride. I will be back later with a little bit more. Hang tight, I'll be back. Hey, it's Randy back here out on a ride. Got some gas and headed out a little bit. Enjoying this morning. And we've been talking about what you'd like to see from Harley Davidson. And one thought came to mind, and I know you YouTubers, you motovloggers would probably like this. I would like to see Harley Davidson build in some way to control your camera from the bike. Some kind of hands-free or voice-activated thing or whatever that would allow you to connect to the bike. And I know Triumph has got this, and I think it's a pretty cool thing. It's a recognition. It's a recognition of what people are doing out there, and I think that that would be a great option. Heck, I'd even pay for that module. And maybe something with a little screen that mounts on your handlebars that just allows you to connect directly into it from the bike with a button, a joystick, something like that, not unlike what you have on the Baggers and the Pan America. I think that that would be a great suggestion. So Harley Davidson, if you're listening, you got us YouTubers out here promoting your product pretty heavily, so you know, throw us a bone. You know, I know you're capable of it. I mean, the things that you've done with the new motor and the new Pan America, I mean, shows that you're more than capable of competing with anybody, anywhere. So give us that. We'd appreciate that. Again, give me your thoughts on some of these thoughts and ideas, and tell me what you'd like to see. Even if you're not a Harley rider, you know, that would be something, you know, that maybe might bring you over. But anyway, Randytbird out here in the desert, having a great ride this morning, and I hope you are getting out and doing that too. Anyway, I want to thank you all for subscribing. Thanks to the new subscribers this week. It's been up and down, but it's been good. Continuing to grow. Not as fast as it was for a couple months, but you know, that's all right. You know, some growth is better than no growth. Anyway, thank you again for subscribing and for watching my videos. This is Randytbird out here, and we'll see you again.